Hello and welcome back. Today we're talking about all things shoes, but with a twist. I think often shoes are forgotten about and it's a last minute thought to put together an outfit and run out the door. But in reality, shoes can make or break an outfit. And if you're like me, you've either been to a point where you've worn the same two flats year in and year out, and at the end of the day, your foot is like a walking pancake. It's so flat and honestly, very uncomfortable. I'm really excited for today's topic because I'm gonna help you answer the question of what shoes to wear with what workwear bottoms. And the twist is I'm gonna show you what not to do. Personally, I find it so much easier to see what not to do, so I'd better understand the thought process on what to do. I do want to say this is not an end-all be-all. This is simply an educational video to help you understand the why behind shoe pairings and bringing a whole outfit together. A lot of times we get inundated with style inspo, workwear outfit inspo, and we don't really understand why it looks so good. But I want you to make the most of your outfit, so understanding the why component is only gonna help you create amazing outfits and feel good about what you're wearing. My name is Aida De La Fuente, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. For my first look, I went with the classic midi skirt. This can be tricky for a couple reasons. Not all midi skirts are created equal, so depending on your height and size, they can cut you at different parts of your leg. The fit and proportion is very tricky when you're trying to pair it with the right shoe. It has a very strong horizontal cut at the bottom, and so one of the things you want to think about is how to contrast the horizontal cut, but make sure your leg is staying nice and long. In this first look, I'm showing you skirt paired with an ankle boot. Although we're in the winter months, I opted out of the tights in order to give the effect of what not to do. So if you see here, you have the ankle boot that cuts you at the ankle, and then this midi skirt cuts me right below the knee. You see that awkward gap in between the ankle and the leg that really just shortens the leg and looks a little weird and just unflattering. In order to create that break in the leg, I opted for a tall, heeled, pointed boot. The heel isn't really necessary. I personally just like to wear a heeled boot, but the key here is a pointed toe and the height of the boot. As you can see, the height of the boot allows you to have a straight line from top to the tip of the boot, keeping your leg elongated and keeping with the elegant and polished look that you have from the midi skirt in your overall outfit. The tall boot is key here because you won't be reliant on the length of the midi skirt in order to have a nice cohesion in your overall look. A tall boot is gonna be high enough, it's gonna cover your leg, and it's gonna give you that nice streamlined look in comparison to the boot. It's also gonna draw the eye gaze to your overall look versus just at your bare leg. I just love the daintiness of the pointed toe. It gives a nice provocative look and complements the elegance and polished look of the overall outfit. For my second look, I went with a nice long gray sweater dress. I chose this look because it's a common one that I like to gravitate to. It's no fuss, no frills, but still looks super nice and an easy throw-on piece to run out the door to go to work, especially in the winter months. To avoid repetition and showing another ankle boot for what not to do, I wanted to tackle the sweater dress with a different perspective. and focus more on proportions and balance that a shoe can provide to an overall look. In this outfit, you see my gray sweater dress paired with a Mary Jane ballet flat. Now, before you freak out, this isn't wrong and it's not a terrible look. There just may be a better option. And that's because if you see the Mary Jane flat, there's a strap at the top and you also get a line from the length of the sweater dress, and so your leg is cut at two different positions. So it's not the most flattering option. Also, you have the delicate, dainty Mary Jane ballet flat paired with the light thinness material of the gray sweater dress, and that's matched with a heavier proportion of the turtleneck sweater on top. This is a little imbalanced, and you want to focus on having balanced proportions in your clothing. In order to balance out my proportions, I went with a tall, chunky brown boot. I think a standard rule of thumb when you're pairing a midi skirt or a long dress in the wintertime, you want to go with a tall boot. And also kind of like the mysteriousness that a tall boot gives. If you do pick a tall boot though, you want to make sure the shaft isn't too big at the top, especially if you're wearing a tight dress or semi-tight dress like I am here, or else it is going to bunch up and give you a different silhouette than what you're looking for. I think the chunkiness from this brown boot and the chunkiness from the turtleneck and the material of the sweater go hand in hand, and it gives you a great overall cohesion in your outfit. For look number 3, I opted for this navy pair of tailored trousers. This is a very elegant and polished workwear pant that is seen pretty frequently, so I thought it would be a great example to show how to pair this pant with the right shoe. For this first look of what not to do, I thought it would be fun to use a similar boot that we used in a prior example of what to do. We all don't have an unlimited amount of boots or shoes in our closet, but this way you can see when to and when not to use some of the same boots and winter shoes in your closet. Now, as much as I love these boots, tucking in tailored trousers into a boot is just not the way to go here. It gives you too much of an equestrian feel. And although this could work with a pair of jeans to give it a little bit more of a modern feel, with a tailored trouser, it just does not work. You want to mirror that polished look, and with these boots, it is not polished. It doesn't seem really thought out and just not the best option. When pairing a shoe with a tailored trouser, there's a couple of different ways you can go depending on your vibe. So I wanted to show those two different pairings. The first one is a classic loafer. I personally love this option, not just because of the comfort, but because of the masculine touch a loafer provides in an overall look. And what I really like about it is that you can still see a little bit of the top of your foot from where the loafer starts to where the tailored trouser ends. This allows the eye to go down a little bit and provide some interest. This is also a great opportunity in the winter time for you to add a fun sock to the look, one that either matches your look or one that describes your personality while still keeping you warm. It's just cool and effortless, and I wear this all the time. If you're looking for more of a dainty, elegant feel to your overall outfit, then a nice short pointed heeled boot is the option for you. You do want to ensure that the boot is not tall and that the top part of the boot hugs your leg like this one here. A tailored trouser is not a wide trouser, so if you have a wide boot, it's just gonna look awkward and you're gonna see the shaft of the boot through the tailored pant and it's not gonna look as polished. And I just love a pointed toe. The more exaggerated the point, the more I gravitate to it. A rounded toe is totally okay. I just feel like it makes my leg look shorter. Just make sure it's a little bit more thin and elegant to mirror and balance with the tailored pant that it's next to. Now let's compare all three options side by side. For what not to do, it shows you definitely a no-go. The tall boot with the tailored pant trying to be squeezed into it, it just defeats the purpose of a tailored trouser. Then you have your two options of what does pair well. And I love that you can pick from two different vibes and what makes you feel good. For what I normally gravitate for the loafer for that masculine touch, but there are some days I love the dainty look of a pointed heeled boot. For the fourth and final look, I went with our beloved wide leg trouser. I absolutely love this pant. I wear it at least a couple times a week. It's so comfortable, but these are actually a tricky pant to pair the right shoe with for the ideal look. And that's because there's a lot of volume at the bottom of the pants. We want to think about balance in our proportions. For this first look, I opted for a loafer. I don't have a wide selection of shoes, so I'm just trying to show you how you could cycle through your shoes with the same few pairs and how to pair them well with your workwear. The loafer doesn't look terrible, and a loafer always adds that effortless kind of cool girl look to any outfit. But here with the voluminous pant, it adds a lot of weight to the bottom of your outfit. It doesn't proportion well with the top, and I think there could just be a better option for a shoe when pairing with a wide leg trouser. Keeping in mind with balance and proportions for shoe selections, I opted for the legendary kitten heel. There's something about a nice little point at the bottom of a wide tailored trouser that just gives it an effortless look. I absolutely love this combination. Make sure your kitten heel is just enough height so the bottom of your pant isn't dragging, but other than that, this is a bulletproof option. Side by side, it really allows you to visually see the difference between a chunkier shoe like a loafer with a wide leg trouser versus a pointier, longer shoe like the kitten heel. Allows a straight line from top to bottom, elongating the leg and really creating that overall effortless and polished look that you look for, especially in the workplace. And that's a wrap on all four looks. I hope this video got your juices going when it comes to thinking about the shoes that you have in the closet and the outfits that you typically wear to work. And if for some reason you really like to wear specific bottom to work and you don't have the right shoe, then that is a really solid reason to go out and buy a new shoe. If not, this video provides you a wide selections of what to do and what not to do when pairing your shoes with your workwear. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you liked it, please comment and subscribe to my channel, and I will see you next week. Adios!